All right, welcome back, everybody, to Cincinnati. And today is possibly the biggest day of the tennis season when it comes to the lineup. It's so many good matches, so many high-profile top 10 class. Like, today is stacked. It might be the biggest, like I said, the most stacked day of the year. I don't recall. I mean, yeah, okay, we get semifinals of slams, we get 2 men's matches in a day or whatever, but we've got 5 matches. Well, we've got 6 matches, but we've got 5 center court matches that are like just, they could all be the final. Like, that is, we haven't had a day like this, I don't think, at all for the year. This has got to be the biggest day, or the craziest day of the year. Swiatek Kalinskaya. That's the first match. This could be in the final. They played a couple of years ago, or they played last year. Swiatek got beaten. It was a big upset. Kalinskaya got the win that day. Then we've got Raducanu Sabalenka rematch of what happened in Berlin, which was match point saving. It was a epic final set tiebreak. That's next match. That's the second match. Then we've got Rublev Alcaraz, which, even though Alcaraz is definitely the favorite, Rublev has beaten Alcaraz before and is not to be ignored. Then tonight we've got Shelton versus Zverev. Love to see it. Zverev played a couple of days ago. Shelton won yesterday. That match is happening. Blockbuster matchup. Top 10 clash. Also a chance for Shelton to be number 5, I think. So big for him as well. And then Gauff versus Paolini, rematch of the Rome final, which happened a couple months ago, where Paolini got the upset and won her first second 1,000 title. So crazy. And they're all on center court. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just bang, 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 bang. Crazy day. Long day. I hope no one's got plans on Saturday morning. Why would you have plans on a Saturday morning? Sleep in. You've worked so hard all week. Don't wake up early on the Saturday. Just stay up all night, watch tennis, and then wake up in the afternoon and go get breakfast. That's how you do it. That's what you do today. You watch tennis all day. Every match, you sit down, you watch everything, you hang out here, you have fun, and then go to bed at like 3 a.m. and then wake up at like 1 in the afternoon and then go get breakfast and a coffee and stuff. That's fine. It's Saturday. You can do whatever you want. It's a Saturday morning. You don't got nothing to do. Also, we've got Gracheva versus Kudermetova. That's not part of this like lineup, but it is also happening, which is, it's not, I mean, look, unfortunately, it's not the best match up when it comes to profile, but still, that's probably going to be the best match of the day. It's probably the closest match of the day. Lots of doubles, lots of things to talk about. All right, Swiatek versus Kalinskaya. Let's see what happens. Kalinskaya not happy about playing at 11 a.m. because she had to play at until 4 a.m. the other night, or stay up until 4 a.m. the other night. So she wasn't happy with the WTA scheduling, but today's so busy that, I mean, it's just unlucky for her, I think. I don't think there's much she can do. They couldn't have done much else. I'm going to go Swiatek, though, in 3. Swiatek serves an ace. Last time these two played as well, Swiatek was a slightly different type of player. She wasn't as aggressive. She hadn't won Wimbledon then. And Kalinskaya was sort of new, up and coming, and hadn't... we knew she was dangerous, but she really broke out that tournament in, I think it was in Dubai, right? They played Dubai. Of course, then Kalinskaya made the final, lost to Paolini, who won her first 1,000. And then Paolini, of course, went on a run to Grand Slam final glory. Plus, rain delays made Anna stay late. Yeah. It was a whole... Yeah, it was a bit of a shit show for her, unfortunately. But yeah, this is unlucky. It was 4. By the way, 6-4, 6-4 was the score when they last played Kalinskaya in the in Dubai last year. 30 love. But yeah, this is a big day. Try and help me, chat, because we've watched a lot of tennis this year. I don't feel like we've watched a day where there's been 5 epic matches in the one day. I don't think we've had that. On paper, before we even start. There's matches where we look and go, oh, that was a really great day. The French Open or Wimbledon, whatever. The Fanini 5-setter with Alcaraz. We didn't expect that, And there was a couple other matches that day that was good. But before we watch, the lineup is just, I don't think we've had a better lineup for a day's play ever. Well, this year. 40 love. As the backhand goes in from Swiatek. Good start. 1 love. Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, Canada wasn't the same as this. What were the lineups in, like, Rome and stuff? Yeah, incredible lineup. I mean, like I said, all of these matches could be the final. Wimbledon quarterfinals weren't the same. Maybe the French Open? Maybe Roland Garros was sort of... But then they weren't all in the same day. Like, you don't get Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff playing on the same day. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, you'd never get them playing on the same day. Maybe Rome. I mean, Rome was pretty epic. Rome was pretty good lineup. Quarterfinals. But again, I can't remember it all being on the same day. Like Gauff, Andreeva, Sabalenka, Zhang, Sinner, Rude, Alcaraz, Draper. I mean, Zverev, Musetti. Like there was good matches, but I don't know if they were on the same day in Rome or if they were spread out. So yeah, it's a great day. This is a great day. Today is a great day. Hopefully all these matches live up to the hype. By the way, we're not going to talk about Rune because I am a little disappointed. 15 love. All right, 15 all. Thanks, Deb. As the return goes in the final, Kalinskaya. Back in Swiatek. Kalinskaya back in again. The back in Swiatek. Kalinskaya hits it wide. And it's 15-30. I told you about at Maine. Yeah, so Ella, it's your fault. You are the blame. You ruined it. You ruined Christmas. So you jinxed it. So I appreciate that. So if you didn't say anything, then we would have got Sinner. So now I know who to blame. You. 15-30. 15-30. Chance for Swiatek to get a break point. First game. By the way, it wasn't even close. It wasn't like at Main like clutched it. It was like Rune just got destroyed. I don't even know what he did. I don't know what happened to Rune. Like he barely even competed. I don't know what happened. I was out and about. I saw the score. I was like, huh? Like, what was it? Like 2-3? Like, what was that? It's not even close. 4-4 rally. That's all right. We'll watch Sinner tomorrow anyway. As backhand from Kalinskaya, the backhand of Swiatek. Kalinskaya slicing the stretch. Into the forehand Swiatek. And Kalinskaya forehand cross court. Swiatek on the stretch goes in the net. And it's 30-all. 30-all. As the return goes to the forehand Kalinskaya. Forehand now from Swiatek in the net. 40-30. This Zverev Shelton match, a match that's for the fourth favorite of the Open. Yes. Probably, yeah. I mean, if you're saying that it's going to be Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic, and then, yeah, I would say probably, yeah. Especially if Shelton beats Zverev, he also beat Fritz last week. So, yeah, if Shelton wins, I think Shelton's the fourth favorite behind. Like he's probably the first underdog, if that makes sense. Like you got the three guys that have won it or that can win or have won it, right? And then you've got sort of like the best of the rest, and I think Shelton would be the number one if he beats Zverev today. If Zverev beats Shelton, you got to say Zverev is still the best of the rest of the best. I don't know, like the outside pick Like contender, but not like favorite. So whoever wins that match, I think, will be the. I don't think I don't think he can be called an outsider, like outside top 10 kind of guy. But still, not one of the favorites. Deuce. As the backhand return goes in the backhand slice of Kalinskaya. Swiatek with the backhand. Goes long. Advantage Kalinskaya. Like the best of the rest. Yeah, kind of like Raducanu. Like Raducanu is... I wouldn't put her top 3 because you've got Gauff, Swiatek, Sabalenka, but she's probably the best outside of that. Now that Pegula and Keys have gone. Like Raducanu... It's sort of like the Raducanu of the Open. Like, could win it, but is not... maybe makes like the quarterfinals, semifinals. But could win it, depending on things that happen, All right. 1-0. Raducanu hasn't made the second week of a US Open, which is insane. Well, that is insane. That is crazy. I'm not sure why. Actually, I do know why. Or I can guess why. Because by the time we get to this part of the year, she's usually hurt or injured or sore. Like, it's such a long season that by the time we get to here, it's like she's tired. But it seems like now, at this point, she's kind of like rejuvenated. And having the coach come back, I know people, everyone has their opinions on the situation, but that's got to help. At least got to keep her, at least give her some stability within the having the coach there makes it so much easier than having the coach on the phone, right? Before a match. And she's already made the quarters here. So it's working, and then we'll see what happens. And I wonder, and last week, she played really well last week too, right? I wonder if she already knew that he was going to get unbanned, like the suspension was going to end. I wonder if maybe that's the reason why she's been playing better the last couple of weeks, because she kind of knew okay, he's allowed to come back. Maybe that's part of the reason why she's been playing better. Yeah, he never went away. He just wasn't allowed to go to tournaments. He was at the tournaments? Yeah, but so wasn't the rule like he was not allowed, he wasn't going to get credentials, he had to pay for his own way, but he wasn't allowed to go to practice sessions or be in the box or at the stadium. I thought he was like not allowed to be around her at the venue. But he could be there as a audience member or something. Yeah, he couldn't be around her. 15-0. Yeah, was he banned? He wasn't banned from. It wasn't like a ban from WTA sanctioned events. It was a ban from. He wasn't getting credentials, but he was also banned. He was banned from being around her at the tournaments. But also, if he doesn't have credentials, how's he going to get? He can't go to the player lounge. He can't do anything. He can't go to the locker room. He can't go outside anyway. Go in the where she is anyway. He has to be out in public. So yeah. He was there, but not in the box, I think. Yeah, there was a few times where they showed him in the crowd, but he wasn't in the coach's box. Because that's where you have to have credentials to get in, I guess. On the ground, so he could meet her. Yeah, so he could meet her in public. He could meet her in the facility, but he couldn't meet her. He couldn't go anywhere. They had to meet out in whatever. 40-15. But anyways, that's all over. And we'll see. And we'll see if... Well, we'll see him today. This is the first time we're watching Raducanu since he's been back, so we'll actually see him today. Swiatek holds 2-1. We'll see him. If he's there. I mean, why wouldn't he be? But we'll see him in the coach's box today. 2-1. All right. 2-1 Swiatek. We've already got a medical timeout or medical Doctor out for Kalinskaya. The doc's out already. I think it's a foot injury. Right foot injury for Kalinskaya. So that's not good. Too early to get treatment. We just started. We just got here. Yeah, she's just flexing her ankle. Do wonder how long the other coach will stay with Raducanu now. Yeah. Well, it always felt like he came in as like a he was like I guess to kind of make, like, if Raducanu had no coaches in the box when she went to matches, it would feel weird. So maybe I think he kind of came in as that, like, support rather than being like, and also to relay the message, right? So when we're in this situation, I'm going to say this because that's what's being told. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he sort of like was like the speaker. Not a puppet sounds weird. That sounds bad. But like, it felt like he'll probably still stay there, maybe as an assistant, because he did such a good job, or he was, you know, he did the job that you know, yeah, positive presence, yeah, like, you know, like a support, like reminding her, like, we got to do this, we got to do that, you know, because having no one there would have been so way more awkward. But yeah, I think he'll stay. I think he'll stick around. All right, Kalinskaya is getting treatment on the. It looks like a calf injury or an Achilles. It's a calf issue, left calf. So already, Kalinskaya is, and she did say, we did hear her say the other day that she was not happy with the schedule, and maybe she picked up something against Alexandra, finished, you know, got home, got in bed by 4 a.m. and didn't fully recover, and now we're seeing that, you know, in this medical timeout. You know, that her that she didn't get enough time. Maybe she needed the extra 12 hours. Looking forward to Sabalenka being challenged. Yeah, it'd be fun today. The message, yeah, he was like a messenger. Exactly. That's a good way to say it. By the way, chat, the bandage is officially off my hand. I am now rocking just simple self bandages. Why is Kalinskaya always injured? Well, she has played a lot of tennis lately. Remember, she made the final of Washington, so it's been she has played a lot. It was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks. Yeah. The doc says just we don't need to wrap it up anymore. I can't bend my finger though because it's been like this the whole time, so I can't bend it. It's weird. I can't do this. Time for a haircut? Nah. Not really. Mixed doubles draw on Sunday, so presumably we'll find the lineup then. Okay, that's good. I guess they're waiting to see whether or not, everyone commits to it before they make a draw, because they don't want to make the draw and then people withdraw and then have a redraw. Yeah, it's crazy. New physio, yeah. Yeah, it's just that, because I haven't bent my finger, the skin on my knuckle is just, stuck. I just need to, use my finger again. Sinner is definitely pulling out if he wins the semis. I agree. Yeah, I'll tell you, if I look at the list and I had to make a guesstimation on who's playing and who's not playing, Sinner would be on that list of I'm not playing. I think if Sinner was playing with Paolini, he probably would commit. But Sinner's got to defend the title. And does he really want to risk playing? Does he need? He's playing the Six King Slam, so he's already getting a big paycheck this year. He doesn't really need to play an extra mixed doubles. And also, him and Navarro don't know each other that well, so I don't think he'll feel that bad that if he withdraws. Navarro will probably end up pairing up with someone else anyway. Like, there's plenty of other players that she could pair up with anyway. Maybe she jumps with there's plenty of Americans that could jump in. With her if needed, So yeah, he's definitely someone that I would not be shocked if he withdraws because it's priorities, The priority is winning a Grand Slam. That's his priority, winning a single slam. Also, Andreeva and Medvedev, we're going to see what I think they will play, but Andreeva didn't play this week, so we'll see how she looks there. A backhand rally. And then the winner down the line from Swiatek, love 15. But then again, look, Swiatek, Raducanu, they're both playing now. If they make the final or win, will they pull out? If Swiatek pulls out, then Ruud and Navarro could team up, right? I don't think Raducanu, Fritz, they've played together before, so I think they'll probably stick together. But if Swiatek withdrew, then Ruud, Navarro could. If Swiatek and Sinner win this title, then maybe that would be an easy switch. Love 15. Sort of falling out of the back of Swiatek, backing out from Navarro, from Kalinskaya. We haven't watched Navarro for so long. We'll have to watch her. We'll watch her in the doubles. Love 30, Kalinskaya hit it out. We still don't know, and also we just don't know who's still. We only know who's confirmed. We don't know who is the last few teams either. Djokovic will play, Alcaraz will play, Shelton should play, Tiafoe will play, Venus will play. I don't think any of them are going to withdraw. All right, ace from Kalinskaya, 15-30. But we'll watch it next week. I don't know how it's going to go. If it's going to be if there's going to be a schedule for it or anything, or if it's just going to be, we're going to play mixed doubles from, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're just going to play everything in a row. I don't know how they're going to schedule it. 15-40. So we'll just have to watch it. All right. Break points for Swiatek. As return goes in the forehand, Kalinskaya. Swiatek forehand goes long, 30-40. Chat, I don't want to be, because we're just getting started, I don't want to be, I don't want to put a dampener on what we're watching, but is Kalinskaya going to withdraw? I don't think it's the worst idea to do that. As return goes in the forehand, Kalinskaya. Swiatek forehand down the line. That's a win-up. 3-1. Because obviously US Open's coming up. Why would you risk a leg injury? Why would you risk a leg injury before a Grand Slam? And if she does withdraw, I'm very interested to hear what she has to say in the press conference about the scheduling, because she was not happy with the scheduling. And I wonder if she'll be like, well, the reason why I wanted to have more time was because of my leg. It'd be interesting if she does withdraw or retire from this match. 3-1. Also, having an injury at 2-1 is very, very early. There's a lot of match left to go. So, we'll see. And Kalinskaya, is a player who does retire matches. She doesn't, when she gets injured, she doesn't risk, she doesn't push herself to a fear of making it worse, right? She doesn't want to, she won't risk it. Which at this point in time, in this point in the season, of course, why would you? Why would you risk it when we've got a US Open in literally, 8 days? No chance. No point. All right, 30 love. Let me just have a look, because she has retired. She has had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years as well. The return goes backhand to Swiatek, backhand to Kalinskaya. Swiatek backhand. Again, the backhand to Kalinskaya. Swiatek just keeps going cross court with these backhands, and eventually in the net by Kalinskaya. 40 love. So she's retired already twice mid-match this year. Adelaide at the start of the year, she retired against Bencic, and in Singapore, she retired at the start of the second. So the pattern, and last year she retired twice, once against Raducanu and once against Anisimova. But both of those, all of those retirements, the last 5 times she's retired from a match, it's been at the start of the second. So she's played the first set, but then she's thrown the towel in the second when she's retired. The last time she retired in the first set was in Rome 2023 against Raducanu, where it was 4-3, and then she had to retire. She's retired 21 times mid-match in her career. So if she does, I think she'll play the first set, but then we'll see what happens in the second. Because the last 3 times she's played, she's retired. She's retired at 1-0 or 0-all in the second. So she's retired straight after the first set. So we'll keep an eye on what she looks like at the start of the second, because that might be where she makes a decision. 0-all, yeah. Whatever I don't know what to call it. The start of the second. Is she going to be seeded? That's a good question. Let me check. I think she is. I think Kalinskaya's ranked high enough that she's going to be seeded. Yeah, she's going to be a very low seed, but she's going to be seeded, yes. She is 30 in the world right now, so if she lost, the only person who could push her out of that spot is Kudermetova, but if Kudermetova wins today, then she'll be 31, which is, again, high enough that she'll be seeded. So yeah, so the answer is yes. Kalinskaya will be seeded at the US Open. No matter what the result, even if she loses love and love, or one and love. Why does she retire? Just being lame and unprofessional, or really unlucky with injury prone? Definitely not the first thing you said. Look, there's some players that are much more cautious with injuries. There's some players that will get injured and they will play. And they will shouldn't play. Like Fernandez, right? Remember when she got that foot injury and then she played and her dad was like, "What are you doing?" And she played and then she was out for like 6 months, right? So there's players that play with injuries when they probably shouldn't. And then there's players that if they get an injury, they're like, "Yeah, I don't want to make this worse." Especially if they've had a lot of injuries, because they're going to be, more cautious, right? So, and Kalinskaya's had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years. She's had a lot of issues. So if she doesn't want to be out for months again, or out for, she doesn't want to have to restart and gain a ranking and play, and not play for 3 months and then come back and have to try again. So she doesn't want to risk, anything, even if it's a small injury. But leg injuries are not small. I mean, you get a muscle tear, you can't play. Only Novak Djokovic can play when that happens. Or Rafa. like you get an injury like that, they're the only ones that can play, like come back like a month later. And then right now, I mean, the US Open's just around the corner, so why would you risk it? US Open is worth a lot of points. It's a big tournament. She can't really afford to miss that. So yeah, there's a lot to consider. There's a bit of forehand now to the backhand. Swiatek forehand from Kalinskaya. That's a good shot. But Kalinskaya is always going to be aggressive when she plays. Now she's going to be more aggressive when she's, doesn't want to play long points. So that could make it interesting for a bit. All right, Kalinskaya holds. And Swiatek with a 4-2 lead. All right. Swiatek with the break. 4-2, 30 minutes. Now, we've got a big day today, so luckily this isn't the match of the day, or at least not the highest profile match of the day. We've got 4 matches after this that are all top 10 clashes. So get excited. If you're not excited, you even like tennis? Like, what the hell? What are you not excited for? What the hell? This is like the best day of tennis of the year. This is the best day ever. Best day ever. If today doesn't excite you, then I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong. We've got 2 women's top 10 clashes, right? We've got 1 versus 10, which is coming up next. And then we've got 2 versus 9. And then on the men's side, we've got 2 versus 11. So kind of a top 10 clash. Rublev just fell out of the top 10 last week. And then we've got 3 versus 6. It was love 15. So we've got 3 top 10 clashes, 1 and 3.5 top 10 clashes. 1 just almost top 10 clash. All right, love 15. The best day of the year. All right, good serve from Swiatek. And it's 15-0. I'm excited and hyped up on prune juice. Cool. 15-0. By the way, chat, I couldn't find a burrito yesterday. So that was a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. I'll get a burrito tomorrow. 15-0. As the return goes in the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand out from Kalinskaya. Swiatek into the backhand of Kalinskaya. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Now Kalinskaya backhand down the line goes wide. 30-15. By the way, chat, I found so many CDs yesterday. When I went out treasure hunting. So many. I also found this really cool CD rack, but I didn't get it because I already got one. It was like one of those wire, like wavy ones from like 2005. You know, one of those like ones that like have like it's a weird like wiry shape and you put the CDs in it. It would look cool, but I'm also like, I don't know. I already have a CD rack that's like a wooden one, so it didn't make sense to get both. All right. Swiatek serves. They let. 40-15. 90s nostalgia. More like 2000s. Like late 90s, early 2000s stuff. As the return goes to forehand Swiatek. Back in from Kalinskaya. And Swiatek back in again. Back into Kalinskaya, who goes down the line for a winner. That's a good shot. 40-30. Don't mix the aesthetic, yeah. Yeah, I don't think a wire frame works with like a wooden. I've got like a lot of things that I'm finding are like solid wood, like that kind of like wood grain, warm feel. That's what I'm trying to go for. So having like a metal wire frame thing is the opposite. 40-30. Over to serve from Swiatek. Serve in the backhand of Kalinskaya. Return goes backhand of Swiatek. Kalinskaya slice goes wide. Swiatek 5-2. Also, Chad, I watched The Frighteners. I don't know how I've never watched that movie. It has so many things that I'm like, why? This movie is like made for me. I'd never seen it before. I'd never seen The Frighteners before, and then I watched it. And it was great. It was also Michael J. Fox's one of his last roles, like a main role, like leading roles in a movie. Before he went to like more voice roles and stuff because of his Parkinson. So yeah, but it's a great movie. It's got like music by Danny Elfman. Robert Zemeckis is like the director. Michael J. Fox is in it. There's like all these other actors that are in it that are like all part of like different horror or, I'm like, this is, how have I never watched this movie? It goes for 2 hours. It's great. It's called The Frighteners. It was like really high tech. Like at the time, it was really, really good CGI as well. It was like groundbreaking. Peter Jackson, I think, Robert Zemeckis was a producer, and then Peter Jackson directed it. It's crazy. It's like a who's who. It didn't do well when it came out, but it's a great movie. Really good. It's got horror. It's great. It's great. It's a great movie. All right, 5-2. Never heard of it. Yeah, I hadn't either until I bought it and I watched it. Yeah, like it's creepy as hell. It's great. Do I have many Will Smith CDs? No, I have 0 Will Smith CDs. All right, 5-2. Hey, thank you, Magda. Yeah, we got to 260 yesterday. So thank you. All right, 5-2. Swiatek with the lead, but Kalinskaya serving. She puts it in the net on the backhand for love 15. The Frighteners is a great movie. Michael J. Fox, Trina Alvarado, and John Aston. Yeah, John Aston's in it. Exactly. Gomez from the Addams Family is in it. From like the 70s Addams Family. The original TV show. TV 1. Anyways, Kalinskaya backhand in the net, love 30. You wouldn't know it was him though, when he with all the makeup and special effects. Love 30. There's a bit of serve again from Kalinskaya. To the back of Swiatek. Kalinskaya backhand. Into the back of Swiatek is Kalinskaya again with the backhand down the line. Swiatek gets it on the stretch, but it's long. 15-30. The eyes and the voice, though? Yeah. When he rocks up and he doesn't have, he's got no jaw because the dog has it. You couldn't tell it was him. The makeup is amazing. I think Rick Baker does the makeup, does the practical effects, and he's like one of the greatest. He did like Gremlins 2 and stuff. Like this guy, it's like a who's who of like movies. It's crazy, like horror movies and stuff. Like that whole genre, like that whole thing. But when I saw Danny Elfman, music by Danny Elfman, I'm like, how have I not watched this? It is crazy. 15-40. Set points. And Swiatek gets it back in return, but it's long. 30-40. So if you're into like Tim Burton, it's very Tim Burton-like. Definitely got a Tim Burton vibe. It's not Tim Burton didn't direct it, but it's definitely got that kind of like Addams Family sort of, horror kind of. It's like Casper the Ghost, but it's like but it's like scary, like Ghostbusters kind of, like that kind of like supernatural, creepy vibe. But it's not as like kid friendly as those ones. There's a little bit more like, yeah, a little bit more gore and blood than that, and a little bit more horror than that. Slice goes in from Swiatek, forehand from Kalinskaya. Swiatek puts up another lob, but it's out. We get the deuce. We get the deuce. It's like a scary Ghostbusters. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. All right. 2 set points saved. Swiatek backhand in the net. Advantage Kalinskaya. I think Kalinskaya may retire. I do too. I think if Swiatek wins the set and then breaks in the start of the second, I think it's over. Because Kalinskaya keeps on like adjusting the band on her leg as well, so it's definitely affecting her. Second serve. Edward Scissorhands is a great movie. As with a forehand on the stretch, into the forehand of Kalinskaya. Forehand of Swiatek goes out. Kalinskaya holds. Swiatek's going to serve for the set. All right. Also found a bunch of DVDs. I found Scrooged with Bill Murray. I said I was looking for Bill Murray, and I found Bill Murray and Christmas, so that's 2 in 1. I have the first 3 Pirate of the Caribbean movies, which, by the way, I reckon in like 10, 15 years, those movies are going to be seen, and if not already, they're going to be seen like what Back to the Future was 20 years ago. Like Back to the Future in 2000s, I reckon in 10 years, Pirates of the Caribbean are going to be the Back to the Future of like in 10 years' time. Like people are going to look back and go, "Whoa, those movies are crazy," and they're so like they're going to be like iconic. Like yeah, they're already kind of iconic, but it sucks that they kind of keep making them because you want to keep them like Back to the Future didn't remake, like they didn't do more. They just went, "Oh, that's it, 3, that's it." But I found the 4th one of Pirates of the Caribbean. I gotta rewatch those. They're so good. Like the second one, crazy good. I love 15. Kalinskaya trying to break back. As we serve again from Swiatek. As the backhand goes down the line, the forehand of Kalinskaya. Swiatek on the stretch. Hits it out. Love 30. Love 30. Break point. Oh, love 30. A chance to get a break point to get back on serve. As a return, goes in the net. And it's 15-30. 15-30. Serve again from Swiatek. Is a let. Serve again. Is an ace down the tee. Great serve. All right, 30-all. As we get a fault second serve. As Swiatek double faults. All right. Break back point for Kalinskaya. 30-40. To get back on serve. $30-40. There's been another fault. Second serve. Serve in the backhand Kalinskaya. Backhand Swiatek. As Kalinskaya hits it wide on her backhand. And we get the deuce. We get the deuce. As the return goes in the net by Kalinskaya, Swiatek with a set point to take the first set. Advantage Swiatek. She serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Kalinskaya. Return goes back to Swiatek, who hits it down the line. That's too good. Swiatek, first set, 6-3. I'll tell you though, Kalinskaya did put up a bit of a fight at the end there. So, didn't just give up the set. She did put in a little bit of effort at the end, so that might be encouraging for what's going to happen in the next set. Friday already getting off to a good start. Oh yeah, we got so much. I mean, but today is crazy. This is like the appetizer. This is like the entree. We got like way better matches coming up, including the next match. So like, we got like a 4-course meal today, and this is just the entree. 5-course meal. This is the entree. We got so much tennis coming up. We could potentially have like 4 candidates after this match for match of the year. I mean, that's how good they could be. All right, first set, 7 winners, 8 errors by Swiatek, 7 winners, 11 errors by Kalinskaya. Swiatek got the break, only 1 break of serve in that set. And that was all it was needed. All right. First set in the bag. We'll see how she comes out in the second set. If Iga goes up 2-0, she'll retire. Yeah, that's been a common theme of hers. If she does lose the first, get broken early in the second, she might say that's enough, but we'll see. She put up a good fight at the end of that set, though. She was competitive, Kalinskaya. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Is today the day of the season? On paper it is. I think once we end the day, if we look back and all the matches are as good as they look on paper, then today's might be the best day of tennis we've had all year. But we all know that doesn't always happen. Sometimes some matches that we expect to be good are not good. So I don't think we're going to have 4 bangers after this. I think there's going to be 1 or maybe even 2 that are like maybe a little bit of a flop. But look, they all have potential to be epic. And then, yeah, if all 4 of them are great, even if they're all 3-setters or close straight sets, I think we can say that this is the best day of tennis for the year. Kalinskaya's go in the bathroom, and we'll see what happens. By the way, tomorrow is men's semi-final day. Sinner versus Atman, and the winners of today's matches will play each other in the men's semi-finals tomorrow, then women's semi-finals on Sunday, and then both finals on Monday. I'm not sure when they start tomorrow. I'm going to guess 3 p.m. because they'll probably do one during the day, one during the night for the semis, like one afternoon match, one night match. So I would say that they play one match at maybe 3 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. So, yeah, and Sinner versus Atman will be first. So that'll be first. And then they'll have the winner of today's matches playing tomorrow night. And I think on Sunday it'll be the same schedule. Or maybe not Sunday night. Maybe they won't do a Sunday night match for the ladies. Or maybe they will. I don't know. And then Monday finals. Because, yay. Let's see who shows up. It'll be interesting. If Gauff were to lose today, can Swiatek get number 2 by the US Open? I don't think so. Oh, yes. Actually, yes. If Gauff does lose today, Swiatek wins the tournament. Swiatek's number 2. Interesting. So, yes. 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 By the way, so how do the seeds work? Because we have a Monday final. I'm guessing that the rankings come out on Tuesday. So whatever the rankings are on Tuesday are the seeds. So the seeds for the US Open get pushed back a day, I'm guessing. So usually the seeds come out after the Sunday finals, but because we have a Monday final, we've got to wait, right? The rankings won't come out. They'll be delayed for a day. Yeah, that's the only way it could work, right? So we have to wait for the finals to be done before we get the seeds. But yeah, if Coco loses today, Swiatek wins the tournament, Swiatek's number 2. But that has to happen today. Like, all of those things have to happen. If Coco wins today, it's I don't think it'll be enough. It would be too much for Swiatek. Swiatek will be 100 points behind, even if Coco loses in the semis, and then Swiatek. So Swiatek has to win the tournament, but she also needs Paolini to beat Gauff. By the way, Paolini is playing for a top. Oh wait, she's already in the top 8 because of Zhang pulling out, but she's trying to get her ranking up to number 7 in the ranking. Not that matters. 8 and 7 are the same, but there is an opportunity for Raducanu. So I guess if Paolini does win today, or does make the final, and Raducanu also makes the final, then Anisimova will be number 9, and you don't want to be number 9. You want to be top 8, right? Actually, no, it doesn't matter. You can be number 9. Who cares? I forgot about the formula. You can be number 9, because number 5 to number 12 don't play each other. Don't play the top 8 until the quarterfinals. 30 love. So forget everything I just said. Nothing matters. It's top 4 or bust. That's it. You don't want to be outside the top 12, or outside the top 4 if you can be in the top 4. It's either 1 to 4, or you don't want to be 13. All right, 30 love. So return goes the forehand of Kalinskaya. Backhand of Swiatek is into the backhand of Kalinskaya. And Swiatek backhand into the forehand of Kalinskaya. Again, the backhand of Swiatek, but it's out by Kalinskaya. 30-15. Serve again. Is an ace. 40-15. Number 5 is also very Oh yeah, number 5 is a curse. If you're number 5, that is a curse. Especially if you're if you had a chance to be number 4. It's worse when you're number 5 by like 50 points. That sucks. Because if you had an opportunity to be number 4, it guarantees safety. All right, return goes in the forehand to Kalinskaya. Swiatek forehand again, the forehand to Kalinskaya. Into the forehand Swiatek, she hits it out. Kalinskaya holds 1-love in the second. Depends on the player. I hope Ben gets seeded number 5. Yeah, and it also depends on who you draw. Like, if you're number 5, you could play Zverev, right? Or you could play Fritz, and those are better than playing Alcaraz and Sinner in the quarterfinals. But not being number 5 leaves things up to chance. Like, that's the scary part. But also, if you're number 4, you could play Djokovic. So maybe it's not as big of a deal. Like, I mean, yeah, you would probably rather play Djokovic than Sinner right now, but still, if you're number 4 and you play Djokovic in the quarterfinals, that sucks. That sucks. So being number 5, you avoid Djokovic, but you might play Sinner. So if you've got, the best case scenario is if you're number 5 and you play, you won't play Djokovic in the quarters, you'll play him in the semis. So you avoid him, but then you also have to play, you have a 50-50 chance of playing Alcaraz or Sinner. So top 4, at least you have a 25% chance of drawing Djokovic. But you could also draw, somebody else. So you probably want to be number 4 because it's less likely you're going to play Djokovic than you're going to play one of Alcaraz or Sinner. So if Djokovic was top 3, it'd be like, yeah, you want to be number 4. No doubt. But because Djokovic is number 6, 7, I mean, you want to play Draper if you're number 4 or 5, 3 or 4 now. Like you want to play Draper because we're not sure what he looks like yet. He hasn't played much, so I think Draper would be the guy that you want to try and play in a quarterfinal, or at least draw in the quarters, because he might not make it that far because we don't know what Draper looks like, right? So that would be the best case right now for everybody in the top 4. You want Draper in your section, unless Draper comes out and starts killing everybody, going crazy, right? We just don't know. So Draper's probably the more favorable matchup for everybody in the top 4. And then Djokovic, you never want to play Djokovic at a slam or anywhere. All right, 30-15. $30-15. Swiatek serves again. Swiatek gets a 40-15. $40-15. First serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. What the hell? Thank you for someone doing something on Twitch. Appreciate that. All right. That goes in there by Kalinskaya. 1-1. 1 game all. Thank you, Gravy, for the 50 bits. Appreciate that. Appreciate the over on Twitch. Uh, 1-1. As we have a drop shot from Kalinskaya, but Swiatek's too quick. Love 15. US Open golf will get the easiest draw as always. Maybe. All right. As Kalinskaya makes an error, love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As we double fault. Love 40. Chance for Swiatek to break. As Kalinskaya goes down the line, Swiatek backhand on the stretch. And then Kalinskaya hits a winner. 15-40. 15-40. As that goes in the net by Kalinskaya. Swiatek with the break. 2-1 in the second. Kalinskaya is going to keep playing. All right. All right. What's up with Anna's leg? So she, at like 2-1 in the first, she had to get a medical timeout. She just, it might have been something that she had soreness or earlier, like from the last match, but yeah, she just got a medical timeout. First, like, games of the match. And, just a calf injury. But she's playing on, so that's good. Now she's down to set and a break. We thought that maybe that would be enough, but she's playing on, so all is good for now. All right. I think Swiatek would rather play Raducanu. Yes. Because I think her and Wim Fizetta have figured out how to beat Raducanu. Whereas Sabalenka, yeah, I don't think you want to play. I mean, she'd rather play Raducanu. I mean, Sabalenka just beat her on a clay court, right? So I don't think you want to play Sabalenka yet. All right. Swiatek double faults, lot 15. Playing Sabalenka on a fast hard court is definitely not easy. Easier than Raducanu, even though she's good. Yeah, I mean, they're both tricky matchups, but yeah, I think with the way that head-to-head's kind of turned this year, and also, I mean, the way that the season's been, you don't want to play Sabalenka. You'd rather play Raducanu. Still very tricky, though. Especially if Raducanu wins easily today, which would be crazy. But if she does, if she beats Sabalenka, 3-3, that's scary. But we'll find out next, because that match is coming up next. All right, 15-0. Is with a serve by Swiatek. All right, 15-30. Chance for Kalinskaya to get a break point to get back on serve here. Fun fact, Sabalenka has never beaten Raducanu in straight sets. Wow. That's crazy. They played like 12 times, like 10 times too, right? That's kind of insane. 15-30. Swiatek with a good serve gets to 30-0. All right, 30-0. With a fault second serve. Swiatek serves again. Into the backhand of Kalinskaya. Swiatek backhand again to the backhand of Kalinskaya. The backhand of Swiatek. Kalinskaya gets the point though. Swiatek in the net. 30-40. $30-40. $30-40. As Swiatek gets a forehand down the line long. All right, we're back on serve. Kalinskaya gets back to break. All right. Kalinskaya back on serve. This Kalinskaya serves nice. 15-love. 7-1 Sabalenka versus Raducanu in 3 setters, though. Oh, okay. Swiatek is confident, but just an extra bit. She needs a victory against Sabalenka and or Gauff. I agree. I think for Swiatek to feel really good going to the US Open, she needs to beat one of those. And also, I mean, look, she just won Wimbledon, but, and you're gonna hate me. I know. I'll take it. I love that Swiatek won Wimbledon, but she didn't play Sabalenka. She didn't play Gauff. And if she has to play them at the US Open, it's going to be a different story. It might be a different story. So, yes, she beat Bencic. Yes, Anisimova final was amazing. Yes, Samsonova. She beat Towson. She did beat Collins. which was obviously always a threat. But she didn't beat the two favorites for the US Open. Had she have beaten them, you would say that Swiatek at the US Open is probably maybe the favorite. But I need to see her play one of them this week. And if she beats them this week, Swiatek may win maybe the player that we should all pick for the US Open. I don't know. But if she loses to Sabalenka if she loses to Sabalenka in the next round, she's still behind Sabalenka for favorites at the US. No doubt, though, she's the top three, easily in the top three favorites because of the Wimbledon win. But yeah, I need to see her play and beat Gauff or Sabalenka this week. If she doesn't play either of them, I think the question, we'll still have that question of like, well, what happens when she plays them? Like, what if she has to play Gauff? What if she has to play Sabalenka? Like, can she beat them? We haven't seen her beat them. We haven't seen her beat them lately. It's been a while since she's beaten both of them. Like, last time she beat Gauff was like last year, like middle last year. And I think same with Sabalenka, right? She hasn't beaten them for like over a year. And in the meantime, they have played. She's lost to Sabalenka, on clay and a couple of times the last couple of years, and then Gauff this year. So, I want to see Swiatek play one of them, just so I can figure out, okay, how good is Swiatek right now? Is she back? Is she back to number one, or is she still fighting in that top three? Better than everybody else, but not still struggles against those two, because it's crazy. Because 12 months ago, we wouldn't have even said that Gauff was a problem for Swiatek, but so much has changed with Coco. Coco's gotten so much better. Swiatek will win over Sabalenka if we allow her to wear headphones during the match. We're having such a nice day too. All right. Don't come to the Sabalenka match. If you come to the Sabalenka match and you say, oh, my ears are bleeding because she screams, you can leave, because we don't want that shit here. We get it. She grunts. My precious ears, please leave. Don't be here for that match, please. Do yourself a favor. And also, do us a favor. Three-two. Yeah, chat. Whenever somebody complains about the grunting, I want you to put, members, I want you to put that crying emoji in the chat, because that's exactly what it sounds like from what I read. That's my face when I see those comments. That's how those people say those comments. They're just like, she says loud noise, makes loud noises. Boo-hoo. All right, 15 love. Swiatek, she's down here now. She was kind of cruising, and for the last sort of 20 minutes, Kalinskaya's gotten a hell of a lot better. All right, 30 love. Serve again. Coco did a live post, went to the movies to eat, and by herself. It was interesting. Oh yeah, she went and saw Weapons. And I went and saw Weapons as well, by myself. And I can relate, except I went to see it in the daytime. So I saw Weapons at 11 in the morning. So when I left the theater, it wasn't dark and it wasn't empty. But I can relate. I know exactly what she was saying when I saw that. I was trying to repost it because I was like, Coco was so right. She was so right. That movie is creepy, and if you go alone, it is scary, and it is traumatizing is a big word, but it is definitely an experience. It's a great movie, but maybe don't go alone in the middle of the night. I would suggest that too. But yeah, 40 love. As that goes out by Swiatek, 40-15. $40-15. $40-15. And Swiatek holds. Great serve. Three games all. Weapons are traumatized. Is Weapons as traumatizing as Hereditary? I haven't seen Hereditary, so I can't compare. I would say no, because I think Hereditary is like one of the scariest, right? It's one of the craziest movies ever. But yeah, I have to see Hereditary. My best friend has all these movies, has all the movies that I want to see, so I'm trying not to get any of them. Because I need to go to her house and just grab all the she's got all the horror DVDs, so I'm just gonna go through all that shit. Weapons is better than Hereditary? Oh, okay. I feel like Hereditary is one of the best. Isn't it considered one of the best horror movies of all time? Love 15. Swiatek backhand return. Great shot. Kalinskaya slices it out. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As with a forehand, Swiatek in the front of Kalinskaya. Swiatek goes again. The front of Kalinskaya. She puts it wide. All right. Love 40. Love 40. Love 40. As the return goes to front of Kalinskaya, she swats it wide. And Kalinskaya is broken. All right, 4-3. Yeah, that last shot was a very casual error. Midsummer was also really intense and so graphic. Isn't that go for 3 hours too? I think I started watching that, and then I'm like, I don't have 3 hours. Not that day anyway. Midsummer's a scary movie. Yeah, I'm definitely getting I'm definitely gonna have a count. I'm going to we don't do Halloween in Australia, which is so lame. It's so lame, and it's one of those things where I remember when I was a kid, because we grew up when I say me and my friends, we grew up in American movies, right? So we watched Hocus Pocus. We watched all these movies that were American, and they went trick or treating, right? We saw that and we're we won't do that. We get free candy. And then when we would do it, we'd dress up and walk the streets. It would just be we don't do that here. And I'm just snobs. It's becoming more of a thing now though. I'll drive around And like Halloween, you'll see like people decorating their house. I'm like, that is so cool. And it's becoming more of a thing now. But like, yeah, it was never a thing. And it sucks. But now that I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want, I might have to decorate my house. Go full pumpkins and Halloween. Yeah, pumpkin heads and then just horror movie marathons. And just like put a bowl of candy out the front. Now that's kind of weird. I won't do that. That feels a bit weird. That's too far. Cam goes trick-or-treating? No, not now. I wouldn't do it. No. By the way, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to dress up and walk the streets and ask for food. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying when I was a kid, we did that. We dressed up and walked around and like most of the houses were like, we don't do that. This is Australia. We don't do Halloween in Australia. That's an American thing. It's like lame. But then when I went to London, they had like a whole party and it was a whole thing. And I was like, this is sick. There's a reason to have a party. It was sick. Ah, 15 love. Yeah, in the UK, it's a full thing. All right, 15 love. And that goes out by Kalinskaya. 30 love. $30 love. There's a bit of fault second serve. What would I dress up as? What now? Nothing, because I'm an adult. I remember like, I think I went like twice. Because like the first time I went, I was like, hey, we're going to do that thing that they do. So we walked through, and I dressed up as like, I remember me and my friend, we both dressed up as like Men in Black agents, right? So we had like the thing, and we had the glasses and the suits, and we walked around. And then but then that was the time that they all, like so many houses were just like, we don't do that here. And we're just like, so then we didn't do it the next year. 40-15. And then when I was in London, I dressed up as the Joker. Like everyone was the Joker, so I just like basically was just like wear normal clothes, and I just like painted my face and went outside because it wasn't like I wasn't going around houses. I was going to the bar. 40-15. It's frowned upon by older generations in Poland. Yeah, it's kind of like that here in Australia. It's like, yeah, people just don't like fun. But in the shops, it's starting to become a thing. Like they're selling like decorations and stuff. It's like a whole thing. Like, I think the stores realize that it's they can make money from it. So they sell like so much. They sell skeletons and pumpkins and all kinds of like crazy stuff. So that way, and more people are getting into it, I think. I think it's great. Who doesn't like fun? All right, 5-3. Look up the genesis of Halloween, not good. Okay. All right, here we go. Fun police. Fun police. Fun police. Watch out. Watch out, chat. Stop having fun. Stop, chat. Shut up. Don't smile. Don't have any fun. Just relax. Everybody. Just be cool. Fun police are on their way. Just relax. They'll leave eventually. Love 15. Swiatek, by the way, 1 game away. from making the semis. And then we're going to watch who's she going to play next because Raducanu Sabalenka's next. As it a backhand now into the forehand Swiatek. Backhand from Kalinskaya, but Swiatek gets a backhand long. And it's 15-0. There's a fault second serve. Second serve. Swiatek gets a great return, 30-15. 30-15. As the return goes into the backhand of Swiatek, and then Swiatek gets wide. 30-0. Uh, 30-0. As we have a slice from Kalinskaya. Swiatek puts it away. All right. As we have match point. Kalinskaya forehand comes to the net. Swiatek with a pass. Kalinskaya drop volley. Too good. And we get to deuce. We get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. We have a fault from Kalinskaya. Second serve. And Swiatek gets out in the return. Advantage Kalinskaya. Advantage Kalinskaya. As Kalinskaya serves the fault. Second serve. There's a double fault. We're back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As that goes out by Swiatek on the return advantage. Advantage Kalinskaya. As the return goes back to Kalinskaya, back into Swiatek, the backhand of Kalinskaya. Kalinskaya hits it out. We're back to deuce. Adults celebrate Halloween more than kids in the UK. Yeah. I thought it was so fun getting on the tube to go out on like the Friday night of Halloween or like that weekend. And Swiatek gets a slice winner. And so many people were dressed up. Like, so many people were going to, like, parties, like, dress-up parties. It was so cool to see, like, all the costumes and stuff. It was so sick how many people got into it. It was awesome. Match point number 2. I loved it. It was so cool. All right, second serve. Second serve, the back of Swiatek. Back in our Kalinskaya down the line. Swiatek forehand on the stretch. Goes long, but back to deuce. I thought it was great. It was so cool how everyone got into it. Then apparently, like, my brother's been to America during Halloween. He said, like, it's even, like, next level after that. Like, it's even crazier. Like, everyone, like, because the shops didn't really get into it. But, like, obviously the people did. But then, like, in America, it's like all the stores are decked out. It's like full on like a holiday. It's crazy. And I love that. All right, Kalinskaya down the tee. The backhand of Swiatek. Kalinskaya forehand again. And then Swiatek hits a winner. Match point number 3 for Iga Swiatek to take her spot in the semifinals. First serve was a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand. Swiatek. Return goes out. Back to deuce. Scream 6 was awesome. Way better than Scream 5. Okay. I've watched the first few Scream movies, but I have to watch, like, the newer ones. I have to watch, like, the whole bunch of them. Is it a 4 now from Kalinskaya? Swiatek with the slice. That's Kalinskaya backhand. Getting the backhand of Swiatek. The backhand of Kalinskaya. Swiatek with the backhand on the stretch. Kalinskaya backhand again. Goes wide. Match point number 4. Swiatek to take the win. Advantage Swiatek. Kalinskaya serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes back into Kalinskaya. That's a beautiful backhand cross-court winner. All right. We're back to deuce. Beautiful shot. Like almost like on the back foot, like a little, like just a little swat. It wasn't even like a big backhand. It was just like a little cross-court swat. As we got a fault, second serve. As a return from Swiatek goes out. Advantage Kalinskaya. Advantage Kalinskaya. Swiatek returns it out. Kalinskaya holds. 4 match points saved. And Kalinskaya shakes her fist to the crowd. Yeah, good that she's having fun. Because it looked like she wasn't even going to get to this point with that leg injury. So she's happy she's survived. She's laughing at the change of ends. So that's good to see. Her injury must not be super serious then. That's good. All right. Yeah, Kalinskaya deserves a lot of credit for toughing this out. Because like I said, she's already retired twice mid-match this year. And with the US Open around the corner, you could totally understand that she would retire. But she's fought well to hang on at this point. Whole neighborhoods go out and decorate with decorations. Yeah, I love it. I love that. I've got to spend a Halloween and Thanksgiving in America. Like that's on my list of things to do. I have to do that. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Go to the US Open. Stay. Wait. When's Halloween and Thanksgiving? That's November, right? All right, maybe not. Maybe not US Open and stay. I don't think I could stay for 2 months. I wonder if does Japan do Halloween? Nah, they do Christmas. I mean, it's funny going to Asia last year and Christmas. It's crazy how much even in China, how much Christmas is a thing. When I don't think it's like a more of a Western holiday, right? Or Western to celebrate like Santa Claus and Christmas decorations is more of a Western thing, right? But to go to China and even Japan and South Korea was like, or just Korea was like crazy. How much Christmas? It was better than here, like better than Australia. They do way better Christmas than Australia. I've already been to America 4th of July. It was great. It was crazy. I was in Vegas. And basically anyone who was English got made fun of. It was really weird. Like every time, all the Americans were just like, if they heard a British accent, they were like, "We beat you! Go back home, we beat you!" It's weird. Lucky I'm Australian and I didn't get confused. At the time, my accent was not as like this. It was a little bit more Australian, so I got away with it. I didn't get kicked out. But the fact they took it real, like it was like a game of sport. We won the war. Let's go. It's crazy. We are independent. Oh God. End of August until November might get into a bit of trouble. Wait, what? What do you mean? So wait, South Korea do Halloween really good? Is that what you're saying? Someone said that? 3015. 3015. Did you see someone got 2,500 on higher or lower game cam? Yeah, we're not playing that game anymore because it's been ruined by people that... that game sucks now. That game's boring. So we're not playing higher or lower anymore because it sucks. Yeah, people went in and ruined it. I'm not impressed by somebody who got 1,000 on that game because I could get 1,000 too if I had 24 hours and I wasn't streaming it. I know how to Google. 4015. Match point Swiatek to take a spot in the semis. As a return from Kalinskaya goes in the corner, Swiatek. Kalinskaya hits it wide. There it is. Swiatek's into the semis. That could have been a tough match. Maybe Kalinskaya was a little hurt, a little injured, but Swiatek was solid and got it done. And she's going to have to play better, though, Swiatek, in the semis because she's going to have to play Sabalenka or Raducanu, so it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a very tricky matchup. But good win. Nice work by Swiatek, who gets revenge over Kalinskaya from losing to her in Dubai last year. So now she levels it up. All right. Yeah, higher and low has been ruined by people who are, it sucks. I thought it was a really fun game to play. You know, we're doing it for rain delays. We might still play it somehow, but I mean, yeah. I mean, once somebody got 900, they ruined it. So the game was ruined. It's just so it's just there's no way of knowing how, I don't want to play a game on stream and do it without cheating because but then the high score is people that have just played for 6 hours and Googled every answer. It's not fun. It's not fun playing a game. We're trying to do it one way, and we might be able to just play against ourselves or something. I don't know, but it just kind of sucks. It's not fun. I can't be bothered playing it now. Yeah, exactly. See, they ruined it for everybody. They just kind of ruined it for everybody. But that's all right. I got other things we can do. Don't worry. That wasn't the only rain delay activity to play. But yeah, it's just disappointing that. It was good for it was fun for 1 week, and then it was ruined. Concentrate on your own best score, not others. Yeah. But it was fun trying to get the best score, but then that lasted 3 days because the score was legitimate for a while, and then now it's just it's just too easy to fake it. You know, they need to implement something that doesn't. They should have two different things where it's okay, no time limit and then time limits. Because if you put a time limit on, the score's not going to be high. So it's a little bit of a shame. But we've got other things we can do. We won't do that for a while. Because it's just a little... And I could tell that like the second or third time we were doing it, a lot of people were just kind of like, okay, whatever. So I want to do something that's a little bit more inclusive for all of us, and we can all get involved in it, because it's really just me just pressing buttons and you guys are just kind of watching. So I don't want to do that. I want to do something that's a little bit more involved. I've got some ideas. I've always got ideas. Next match, Raducanu, Sabalenka. That's coming up next. To find out who's going to play Swiatek, because Swiatek is into the semi. She's going to take on the winner of the next match. 6-3, 6-4. Swiatek beats Kalinskaya. See you soon.